So we could also say that his position's changed. They're like using him for like. And welcome into WWPT 90.3 FM. And we are here at Paul Lane Field for, I just said it before, but one of the most anticipated lacrosse matchups of the entire year. This is going to be an exciting day. I'm joined alongside Mason Siskin for this one. He's going to be my color commentator. I'll be on your play-by-play in just about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We'll get this matchup underway. But before we do that, let's preview it for you. Mason, we're going to this game, number 1 seeded in the state, Darien, versus number 2 seeded in the state, Staples. What do you see coming?
And state championship rematch from last year. Last year, Staples pulled off the upset against Darien. This year, Darien is 3-2. They lost to Manhasset and Chaminade, which are two very top teams in the country. But one thing to take into account, when they lose big. Manhasset 11-2, Chaminade 7-17. So a big key for Staples in this game is to get their offense running very, very quickly and score right away.
And you talk about their competition that they've played. I mean, they've lost to Manhasset and Chaminade. Those are two top 10 teams in the country. They've played 5 games so far, Mason. 4 of those opponents have been top 10 teams in the country. This is all according to Inside Lacrosse rankings. But, I mean, we look at this. They took down in the first matchup of the season, number 5 ranked Fairfield Prep. They took down Brunswick just the game after in one of the more thrilling endings you could ever see in a lacrosse game. To paint the picture for you, Darien is tied 11-11 with under 30 seconds to go. Brady McCorney, their best player, junior captain for the Blue Wave, crossed midfield, moved to his left, back to center, and from nearly the 40-yard line, about 30 yards out from the goal, he ripped a shot, found the top right corner of the net, and won it with 1.7 seconds on the clock. That is absolutely unheard of for lacrosse. You don't have buzzer beaters in lacrosse, but this one they did, Mason. It was one of the craziest games I've ever seen, and Darien is such a talented squad. Unfortunately, with losses to Manhasset and Chaminade, they kind of get overlooked a little bit. These are two very good teams, and to lose to something like that, it's like if you're the number 10 team in the country and you lose to a 1 and 2 seed, let's say NCAA basketball, that doesn't mean you're not the 10th team in the country. You're still that good. It's just you lose to those teams, and that's okay.
And speaking of Brady McCorney, Jarvis, game winner a couple games ago against the number 1 ranked team in the country at the time, Brunswick. Staples has taken that into account. Their coach, Coach K, Coach Kashansky, 7th year with the program. He won a state championship for them last year. He took Staples from a highly touted team in the state to a highly touted team in the entire country. They're going to be keying in on McCorney with their entire defense. And speaking of the Staples offense really quickly, in their 3 wins, they are 3-0. They beat Iona Prep 10-5, Rye High School 10-6, and Massapequa the other day 17-5. So their lineup on the offensive side is looking great, and when they get hot, they get really hot.
We're going to take a moment to listen to the national anthem, and we'll be back in just a moment. At this And welcome back. We just finished the national anthem, and now is time. It's time for what you've all been waiting for. These two teams finally taking the field. And before we get underway, I want to hear your prediction for the game. I'll give you mine, but this is going to be an exciting one.
I think this is going to be a very, very high-scoring game, Jarvis. Both teams have absolutely electric offenses. Both of them very fast-paced teams, very good on the fast break. But one thing for Staples where they really need to key in on is the connection between Tyler Clark and Gavin Rothberg. Tyler is a great football player as well as a great lacrosse player. He's committed to West Point for lacrosse. He is going to be the one you see first or second most with the ball. He's going to use his speed to draw on the defense and get the ball to Gavin Rothenberg on that wing at that 20-yard line, and he's going to make a play. He has had over 2 hat tricks this season. He leads the team in goals. You're going to see a lot from him today, and you're on the defensive side, you're going to see a lot of Mikey Nealon. He is going to be all over Brady Picorni. I think Staples is going to take this one 9-8.
I like that. I'm going to go in a similar direction, give it 13-10. Staples wins this one. Your goalies on today's matchup, 2 fantastic players, Scott Kosakowski and Carter Hagan. And now we get underway. Jay Anastasia out there as your Fogo for Staples. And we kick it off right now. Staples, known for their Fogo play last year, they lost Henry Dodge in the matchup. And they're going to win this one to start. Mikey Nealon recovers after Jay Anastasia wins the faceoff. He's in that defensive zone, and Anastasia has it now in midfield. Going to throw it to the left and find Adam Udell, the midfielder. He holds it real quick. Now, Tyler Clark, left side, back up top to Udell. He's right outside that box, and here comes your quarterback of this attack, if you will, Ben Burmeister. He kicks it out real quick to Tristan Schaefer real quick, but talk to me about Ben Burmeister. I mean, he is so good on this team.
Ben Burmeister, he is a Notre Dame commit. He committed pretty recently. They took him because of his size. He is an exceptional height. He's 6'3", 6'4", and he has great stick skills.
And you couldn't say it better myself. I mean, he's a huge guy. Udell now driving down, going to rip a shot here. A good save by Hagan. Now blue wave ball. This one crosses midfield. Hagan with a little bit too high of a pass. And Preston Norris recovers the Wreckers back with the possession. Up top of the box right now is Burmeister. Now Schaefer. He's in that center still cradling it with the left. Back to the right now. He's moving toward the far side. Wreckers are moving right to left on your broadcast. And he has it at that corner of the box. Schaefer now up top to Burmeister. Just outside of the box, back to Schaefer at that corner. He's moving down, closer to the goal. Dodges inside, a pass down low to Rothenberg. Now behind the goal to Udell. Udell cutting to his left, spin move, now off to the right. He's going to try and wrap around, look for a pass inside. He can't find anything. Back up top to Burmeister, right outside that box. He's going to cut to his left, spin move, back up top to Udell. Udell cutting left, spin move right, driving down, ripping a shot on the ground. This one just to the left, past the goal. It remains Rutgers ball.
And Darien defense looking really solid right now. This team is a very disciplined team on defense, and you're going to see that all game.
I mean, we mentioned the skill of Carter Hagan. He's one of the best goalies in the country for his class. Staples have that alike in Josh Marcus and Carter Hagan. Josh Marcus not starting this game, though. So now here come the Wreckers. It's Gavin Rothenberg who has it behind the goal right now. He just holds it, cradling it. Moving toward the far side, steps inside the box, outside to Schaefer. Schaefer up top to Pryor. Pryor moving to his right. He's stepping down. Might find a shot here. No, behind the goal. Just sitting there. Now cutting toward the near side. He gets checked real quick. Spin move, though, inside to Burmeister. Burmeister might have a lane here if he wants to make a cut toward the goal. He does. Back to his left, going inside. He's being blocked off, and what a shot! Behind the back, Ben Burmeister with the one bounce goal. And just like that, 2 minutes into the game, 9:03 on the clock in the first quarter. The Wreckers are up 1-0.
And Jarvis, you asked me about Ben Burmeister earlier for a reason. He's a great player. His stick skills are amazing. You said he had that lane. You called it perfectly there. And he had a nice spin move at around the goal and got a nice bounce shot in there. 1-0 Staples.
And here we go again for the face-off. Jay Anastasia keeping it for the Wreckers. He won this last one, kicking it out to his teammate Nealon. This one, he does again quickly, does it by himself, cutting down to his left. Steps inside the box, right at that corner. Now he gets it to Udell. He's going to come out of this game 2-0 on face-off so far. Good job from him. The face-off man on the other side of things is Leo Barbagallo.
And we talked about the Fogo loss of Henry Dodge last year for the Staples Wreckers, but Jay Anastasi keeping them perfect. He was perfect last game against Massapequa, and he's looking to keep that perfect streak going. And he was the bench Fogo last year as a sophomore, and now he's a junior. He gets to shine for the Wreckers.
Filling big shoes, one could say. So now we're back at it. It's Sam Eigen in the game behind the goal. He unfortunately turns it over, so the Blue Wave with their first offensive possession of the game. Cradling it for them is Rupenstein. He's going to bring it behind the goal now. Passes it off to a teammate here, making his cut. That's DeRizo. DeRizo just outside the near side of the box. He finds McBride. McBride back to Rupenstein here. He's just going to hold it. Udell's going to be on his defense. Now he makes his move. He's going to go into his right. Might find a shot here. No. Behind the goal. Going inside. Ripping the shot. McCourty just bit to the left. The Blue Wave trying to recover. They're going to keep it. But McCourty is the name you want to look out for when you see this Blue Wave offense.
And Mikey Nealon just locking him down there. He's going to be on that man defense all day. Just too big of a guy, and he couldn't get the opening that he wanted on Scott Kozakowski's goal.
McCourty now, the junior committed to Notre Dame. On that man defense is Nealon. He's at the top of the box here. Can't find anything. A pass behind the goal now to Rupenstein. Now back out, and a quick shot from McBride to find the open space. Darien tying this one up with 7:07 to go in the first quarter. A good shot and a good play by them.
And two great offenses here. We're going to see a lot of back and forth action. And like you said, Jarvis, before, Josh Marcus is not in goal today. He's injured. Scott Kozakowski is picking up that starting goalie role, and he played absolutely amazing against Massapequa the other day, and he's going to need to have another game like that today against Darien.
So now Cisco's going to step in for the Fogo job. They have that versatility and depth at that position. They like to do it when they can. This one, Barbagallo's going to get the better of it. If he can win it, still on the ground, no winner yet. Finally, it's taken by Darien. Bonner's going to have the long stick. Now resetting is McGuckin.
And a broken stick out on the field here. I believe that is Salato's.
Yeah. So now at the top here, it's Lancaster. Lancaster making his move, a pass behind the net here. Quickly finds McCourty. He passes it out. It's Barnett. Now back up to McGuckin. McGuckin going down. A pass behind the goal once again.
In this Staples defense, suffocating right now. Darien has nothing to go. They had one great rip at the 20-yard line before, but this Staples defense staying very, very disciplined against a great Darien offense.
Barnett behind the net. And he steps out real quick, kicks it back up top. Now it's Pacordi. On the defense close for the Wreckers is Murillo. He's that defensive midi. Now Pacorni making his move toward the goal. And a great shot finds the inside post. I mean, wow. He was unstoppable there. Just an overhead shot and nothing in his way.
And Nealon was off of Pacorni on that play. That's why you need that man-to-man with him. He will get his goals. And as Staples, you kind of just have to keep your head on a swivel, not think too much about it, because he's just an amazing player. We saw that against Brunswick and this whole season in general.
So it's Cisco again and Barbagallo out there. Cisco's going to have trouble again. Barbagallo gets the better of him. It's 2-2 on your face-off score now. Barbagallo bringing it down. He's just outside the near side of the box. Darien moving left to right. And now back up top, it's Rubenstein.
And if you're Staples, Cisco Salado 0-2, Jay Anastasi 2-0, you're going to want to make that switch a little bit soon, because Darien has gone on a 2-0 run, 2 unanswered goals so far.
And now you see Nealon pressed up against McCourty. Rubenstein's going to step into the box here, going to try and make a drive toward the goal. Back out to Pacorni, and up top, a quick shot there from Darien. That one was McBride. He was just left of the goal. They miss on that one, but Darien keeps it. So Barnett is going to resume play for the Blue Wave.
And the Staples defense, again, staying disciplined, but Darien is playing a really, really fast offense right now and getting good looks at the very inside of the goal.
And a penalty there against the Blue Wave. Pacorni gets called for it, so it's going the other way. Staples ball. The last time they had it, they scored.
And a big factor for Staples today and Mikey Nealon is just forcing errors. You want them to get complacent today.
And the long stick, Caleb Smith, all the way down there. He's going to hand it off to his competent captain, Tyler Clark, and resetting now. Let the middies come in. Burmeister in, and Udell had the ball for just a moment there. But it's back to Udell now. 4:27 here to go in the first. This one moving a lot faster than the last game against Massapequa. So Udell has a lane going straight toward the goal. This one off the foot of Carter Hagan. He's going to save that one. And the Wave have it once again.
Great save by Carter Hagan right there. Udell had a perfect opening. He's one of the fastest players on this Staples team, and he had a good shot there, but the goalie was too quick.
Rubenstein has it just outside the box here. Maybe the Burmeister counterpart on the Wave roster.
Great call right there, Jarvis. This Darien offense clicking on all cylinders right now. Staples defense needs to make a big stand early in this first quarter.
And behind the net is DeRizo. He loses the ball for just a moment, but the Wave recover. So now they're going around, trying to find an opening here. He's going to kick it back up top to Rubenstein. Burmeister on the defense. Rubenstein trying to rip a shot. He doesn't. He steps out for a moment here. It's Pacorni. Pacorni outside the box on the near side, pushing toward the goal, finding the near post, and a goal there. Another one.
And Darien offense has had their goals in the same exact spot. They keep on getting open very, very close to the goal on that right side. They're getting the ball to the X position behind the goal and maneuvering around to hit that top left corner every time.
You often see it in basketball. It's almost like an ISO play. Make space for Pacorni and let him drive toward the goal. And that's what they've done twice, and he has 2 goals already. So now we have Anastasia back out there. Barbagallo's 1-2. Anastasia hasn't lost. 3:21 here to go in the first quarter, and Barbagallo wins it again. That's his 3rd in a row. Moving to his right, near side. He's going to get it back up top, and McGuckin has it. So Wave once again with the ball. And they seem to score when they get Nealon off of Pacorni. Nealon's going to kind of follow Pacorni all the way out to the out-of-bounds line here. And McGuckin still has it. Pacorni now right behind the net. He's in the end zone of the Staples Wreckers. He's going to move to his left, almost a pick play. Schaefer checks him real quick. Now back again. Close on the defense, and a back shot blind. Pokorny once again finding the back of the net, and that's his third, make it a hat trick for him.
And that is just another spot right there, the same spot that they've been attacking all game. And this Staples defense needs to be aware of that. They need to push their defense to the strong side, the right side, and try and make a stand here because 4-1 first quarter, it's not looking too good right now. And something for Nealon that he really needs to adjust to is the Darien offense setting screens for Pokorny. He needs to stay on.
Anastasi's going to win this one fast. Clark has it. A behind the back pass to Eigen. He gets a little bit too cute, and that one's going to go out of bounds. So Wave have the ball again. Maybe have to take that one slower, you could say.
Yep, completely agreed, Jarvis. Down 4-1, you want to have a slow possession, maybe even take the rest of the first quarter just to get a good possession and a solid goal to make it 2-4.
McBride has it. He steps into the box here about 10 yards from the goal. Cutting to his right, going to pass behind the net to DeRizo. Now back up top, they reset with Rubenstein. It's 2:05 to go here in the first quarter, and the Wreckers are down by 4. Cesar has the ball here, moving to his right, cradling it with his right on that near side. Now behind the net to Pokorny. Pokorny, mauled by Nealon, nearly gets the ball taken out, and that he does. Nealon strips it. It might go out of bounds here. Yes, it does. A great defensive play by Nealon to switch the possession.
And Nealon has just had enough of Pokorny this game, just going after him that time. And that's what Nealon could do to you. He could really punish you if you are playing a little bit too slow.
And that he does. He's being attacked here while he's trying to get the clear out. A lost possession. Wreckers lose it again off of a sloppy play. Nealon kind of crossed the field there looking for a teammate. So they come back again. McBride steps into the box. 1:31 here to go. The Wreckers down 4-1.
And the Wreckers making a couple unforced errors early in this game. They cannot make that a trend. And for Coach K, end of the first quarter coming up, he's going to have that time to talk to his players and make some big adjustments.
McBride steps in and looks for Pokorny on a quick in backdoor cut. He doesn't. It's not successful. So the Wreckers are going to recover, and Nealon has it now as he crosses midfield. Gets it here to Murillo, and a slower possession as the Wreckers reset. He gets the ball stripped out. He not able to find it, so Darien once again have possession. The Wreckers have not had a shot in any of their last 3 possessions.
And the Darien defense really clamping down now. They see the momentum shift, and they are going full head of steam.
Captain Jake Wilson has it here, and he's going to kick it out. Now it's McGuckin. McGuckin just holding it, maybe looking for the last shot here. 36 seconds left. Now Bartnett. Bartnett cutting toward the middle, looking for a shot over top. It's nothing. Back to McGuckin. McGuckin making a spin move to the left. A bounce shot just a little bit too far. Ball still in play. Pokorny has it. He loses it again. 20 seconds left. Pokorny being mauled for it. And the Wreckers aren't able to come up with the possession. The whistle is blown, so McGuckin resumes. And a pass inside, a quick shot from Pokorny. This one just a bit too far to the left. 11 seconds on the clock.
And you see Zach Roseme there playing very, very aggressive defense on Pokorny. These key defensive players are trying to make a big shift, and I really like that from the Staples Wreckers.
Now a last-second opportunity for the Wave here. McGuckin trying to float it toward the middle. He can't find anything. 3 seconds left. The Wreckers have the ball, and Norris just flicks it down the field. That'll be the whistle and the end of your first quarter here at Paul Lane Field. The Wreckers are down 4-1, and Mason, not exactly what the Wreckers had hoped of performing so far. What do you want to see different from them?
Definitely some defensive adjustments here, Jarvis. Pokorny has been getting the switches he's needed. His offensive compatriots have been setting him some great screens off Nealon. Nealon needs to stay on that. And let's say Nealon gets beat. The other Staples players just need to adjust that. I know he doesn't get beat often, but they have to make those adjustments. And, you know, they can't think. They have to react. And that's what I really need to see from the Staples Wreckers. I see Nealon and Roseme really stepping up their play. And for the Staples offense, we've seen them, the defense give them a couple of solid possessions, but they've been throwing them away. Just a little bit too complacent I think they need to take their time a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball and just get the ball to your key players. Get the ball to Clark. Let Clark go inside, try and get a goal, kick it out. I want to see more from Gavin Rothenberg here. I know that Darien defense is really keying in on him, not letting him get any shots on goal, and they just need to get past Carter Hagan. I know he's absolutely an amazing goalie. So I think defensive and offensive side of the ball, I think Staples need to improve.
Now put yourself in the shoes of the adversary. What do you want to keep seeing from Darien?
They got to keep the energy up. Obviously, they have the 4-1 lead right now. They have all the momentum in the world. They just got to keep that momentum. And a key factor in this game, in any lacrosse game, is the face-off. So they have to keep winning those face-offs and getting the ball to Picorni, because Picorni's been playing great. He's had amazing shots on goal, and he's been finding those little spaces where he can get that ball through.
So Soleto's back into the game here for the Wreckers. And we still got Barbagallo out there for the Blue Wave. And a false start, give it to the possession. Or excuse me, it's just going to be a reset. They go back at it. And Soleto's right now 0-2 on those face-offs. And on the other side, Anastasi has a 3-1 record. So Soleto comes into the game. They have that depth, and Coach believes in Cisco. So they fight for the face-off here. The Blue Wave's going to win it. Barbagallo's another one up. He's moving to that far side. The Wreckers now moving left to right. Darien right to left. So they switch sides. Barbagallo got knocked over. He's going to get called for a foul. Cisco was a little bit angry after losing the face-off. Hit him with the back check and a flag thrown.
And I don't know, Jarvis. I think that could be a solid play for the Wreckers. I know there was a penalty on that, but just letting the Darien team know that they're not going to fold over to them. They're going to make these aggressive plays, and you want to have the other team in any other sport fear going inside and trying to get a goal.
So now the Wreckers sit a man down with 11:41 here. Darien an opportunity with this power play. McGuckin has it. He's going to find his teammate close to the left behind the goal, Bartnett. Now back up top to Picorni. Bartnett again. Picorni. And a quick shot here. A fine goal from Rupenstein, getting the top left corner of the net. And they just kind of passed it back and forth until they had the open shot. And Rupenstein, who made the cut, gets that one to go. Advance them to a 5-1 lead. The Wave are up.
And Rupenstein just had way too much space on that goal. He was way open on that one. Kozakowski was so close to getting that save, but he was just a little bit too slow there, and Staples needs to tighten up this defense, man. It's going to get rough if they don't.
Anastasi back in the game. Barbagallo still out there. This one Anastasi wins, make that his fourth of the game. He's going fast, gets it to Clark on his left of the box. Back up to Udell, and they don't make the same mistake as they did last time, and they slow down the offense. Get your men in there. And you find yourself with Burmeister, you find yourself with Schaefer. They're all in the game now.
And when you're talking about the face-off guys for the Staples Wreckers, Cisco, more of a gritty face-off guy where he gets the ground balls. And Jay is more of a finesse guy. He's very quick, and he could get those pop-ups very easily.
So the Wreckers still have it. It's Eigen on the right side of the box here, near side. Back up top to Schaefer in that corner and resetting with Burmeister. Burmeister just sitting up there, gets a pick from Schaefer. He cradles it with his left. Moving around, back up top to Schaefer. 10:33 here to go in the half. And Udell has it at the left side. Now back up top to Burmeister. Wreckers not able to come up with anything left. They haven't had a shot in a good while. So Rothenberg gets it to Clark behind the goal. Clark behind to Eigen, still behind the net, looking for a pass inside, nothing. Cutting to his left, outside to Burmeister. Burmeister cutting to the inside, trying to make a move. Behind the net to Clark. This one a little bit too high. The Wave once again get the ball.
And something I'm seeing from the Darien defense, Jarvis, is they are forcing a lot of these Staples Wreckers players left. Gavin Rothberg, they're obviously forcing him right with his left hand being the dominant one. They're forcing them left, and every time they go left, they are getting punished.
Now McNamara move the ball to the left side. He crossed midfield, and it looks like a whistle's blown, so do the Wreckers get the ball? I think the refs are going to chat it over for just a moment, but something was happened and not quite sure yet. 9:49 here to go. You're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM. I'm Devin Jarvis alongside Mason Siskin. So the Wave up 5-1, and the Wreckers have the ball. It's Schaefer at the top. Whistle's not blown yet. A little bit of a premature movement, but now he's good. So Schaefer looking for maybe a play here. He's going to get it to Udell. Udell, the sophomore. They've got so much depth on this team. A sophomore to sophomore pass between Schaefer and Udell. So Schaefer has it cutting outside. Looking for a pass. He keeps it. Now behind the net is Rothenberg. Rothenberg moving to his dominant side. And another penalty against Staples. They've had maybe 6 or so possessions and 0 shots.
I don't know what the call was there, Jarvis, but Staples, they got to stay disciplined on that offensive side. I think they hold the ball a little bit more. I don't know what was going on with that call right there. He didn't throw up any hand signals or anything.
So they reset, and it's McGuckin up top. 9:06 here to go. McGuckin moving to the near side. Now back up top. It's Lancaster. And Darien just moving it around. They have Barnett behind the goal. He's going to move to his near side right. A pass inside of Picorni, and a quick shot there. The outside. And that's another one for Picorni. Make it 4 for him. And Darien up 6-1.
And Darien with another goal at that 20-yard line on that left side. Staples has to contain those shots right there. I know Picorni is a great player, but at this point in the game, they need to make a big offensive and defensive stand. The face-off here is going to be a big one for the Wreckers.
Barbagallo has been so good tonight. He had a little bit of struggle on the first 2. And then he's been pretty much lights out since, only losing maybe 1 or 2. But Coach K is going to call a quick timeout here. And tell me about Coach K, because he's been with this team for 7 years. And, I mean, agree with me or not, but he's kind of turned this program into one that was good and respected in the state to one that was elite and respected across the nation.
And Coach K really puts his guys to work, practices every day. They start practicing very, very early, way before the season. And I know he pushes those guys. He's a great coach. And he has the type of guys. He's always had that talent. Staples has always been a great lacrosse program. But what he's done is he's pushed those guys past their limits with countless workouts, practices, everything, and making these adjustments in the film room. And all of these guys have been very committed to the sport, and he is developing this team for the present and for the future with a lot of great guys who are freshmen, juniors, sophomore. We know the sophomore goalie, Josh Marcus, 5-star, he is injured today, but he's an amazing player. We have Ben Burmeister as a junior committed to Notre Dame, and this team has a very bright future, and they have a great present right now, and I just think this Staples team really needs to show what they're made of because they haven't yet. I think this team has a lot more potential than what they're showing right now.
The USA Lacrosse 2022 Coach of the Year. He has been so good and undefeated up to this game so far in the season, and he still could finish with a win tonight as it's not over. 8:44 left to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, both teams are very, very fast, very, very high-scoring offenses. It just takes one goal for Staples to get going, and that's what they need right now.
So a win on the face-off for the Wreckers. Nealon recovers, and he's going down solo. Looking for a pass here to Anastasi underneath. He's going to back out and reset for the Wreckers. Udell at the top of the box. 8:27 to go in the second quarter. So Burmeister getting it to Schaefer now. They're a little bit outside, and a good check there from Darien. Staples is going to recover. A good play by Preston, but no. Darien gets the ball, and once again, a shotless possession from the Wreckers.
And I believe that could have been an offsides call, something of that sort for the Wreckers there. I mean, you just got to know where you are on the field and adjust to that. And Staples just needs to get going on that offensive side, and maybe on this defensive stand right here, they could stop the Darien offense from scoring a goal and get a fast break on the other side and get a goal. I know that the Staples offense is very, very good on the fast break. They have a lot of really fast guys on that offensive side.
So behind the net is Picorni, and it's Caleb Smith close on that defense. He gets inside to Rupenstein. Rupenstein with an over-a-top shot. Misses. Good save by Kosakowski, but the Blue Wave recover. Picorni going to drive inside, and he's going to get called for a foul, and Wreckers ball once again.
And that's Staples defense showing their potential right there. Amazing save by Scott Kosakowski, and amazing pressure from that Staples defense.
So here we go again. Wreckers down 6-1, 7:15 here to go. Schaefer's going to cut here fast toward the goal, maybe looking inside for Rothenberg. He doesn't throw it. It's funny, Rothenberg, if this were basketball, would get called for countless 3-second violations because he just sits right in front of the goal and oftentimes makes more goals than he does cradle the ball. So Burmeister driving underneath, an under-the-hand shot, and a great save by Carter Hagan, saving it nearly with his groin. And now fast the other way is Rupenstein.
And what an amazing catch from Rupenstein right there. Gets Darien the ball on offense on their side very, very quickly, and a great pass by Carter Hagan.
McGuckin up top. Now to Rupenstein in that corner of the box outside. Close on the defense is Pryor. Rupenstein going to make his move underneath. Splits the defender. Steps back for a second. 6:20 here to go in the quarter.
Rupenstein really good at choosing his battles. He knows right when to attack, and he's amazing at changing his pace and shifting gears.
Now Rupenstein cutting to the outside. He's going to pass now underneath to McGuckin. McGuckin going over top, going to rip a shot there, just a little bit too far left. Barnett's going to be there to keep it with the possession of the Wave.
And what I'm seeing from this Darien offense, something that the Staples Wreckers could take advantage of, is when they're not at that 20-yard spot on the left side, they don't get great goal shots.
McGuckin going to pass underneath to Picorni, and I've never seen a shot like that behind the back. SC top 10 might be on this one, and another goal for Picorni. Wow!
That could have been the craziest goal I've ever seen in a lacrosse game, Jarvis. That was incredible behind the back right there. And the Staples defense looks shell-shocked right now after that play. Wow.
Tally of 5 goals for Picorni, and the Wave up 7-1.
And the face-off here, again, really important for the Wreckers. They need to get a good, easy face-off win right now.
Anastasi fighting for it, can't get it yet. The Wreckers still unsure who's won it, and there he does. Tyler Clark, the attack, winning it for the Wreckers. Finally, that happened, so 5:35 here to go in the quarter. And Eigen has it behind the net. A little bit of checks here. He's going to cut inside, maybe wrap around. A shot missed. Rothenberg recovers off the missed shot. A flag was thrown. I believe it's against the Wave. So the possession keeps going. Burmeister driving underneath. A shot missed. So keep it with possession of the Wreckers. And we'll see what the call is. I doubt it's going to be a power play. But it could just be a man coming off the field right now.
And the Wreckers, I believe, will retain possession right now after the flag on that play. Sam Eigen with the shot on goal, just a little bit too strong, goes right. And Staples will recover.
And the Wreckers are going to get the power play, so they're a man up in this one.
This could be a big momentum shift in the game for the Wreckers. They need to take advantage of this power play.
Right side is Schaefer, underneath to Rothenberg. Back out to Schaefer, up top to Burmeister, down to Schaefer again. Burmeister up top. Now to Iannone. Iannone had a few goals for himself last game. Underneath to Rothenberg, back out to Schaefer, and again up top to Noni. Now it's Burmeister. Burmeister, an underneath pass to Schaefer. They're kind of crowding that goal, playing a zone, the Wreckers are, and that one gets behind them. A bad pass that the Wreckers aren't able to recover from. And it looks like offsides against the Wave after the long pass from Hagan.
Jarvis, I believe that was an out of bounds.
Okay, gotcha.
I saw a Blue Wave player outside of that red line right there, and it's going to be Staples' ball.
So now a play called from the Wreckers. Burmeister up top, down low to Rothenberg. And a quick pass underneath to Schaefer. His shot blocked by Hagen.
And Carter Hagen has done an amazing job of stopping these good Staples shots from going in. That was an amazing shot on goal right there, very close, and Carter Hagen makes a great reaction right there.
And a pass down low for Barnett across the field. He gets it and scores immediately. So the Wreckers down 8-1 with 4 minutes on the clock.
And Darien right now just speeding up that offense with that huge pass downfield right there. Okay, they get a great shot on goal, and 9-1 now, 8-1, excuse me, and Anastasi set to take the Staples face-off.
4 minutes to go here in the quarter. The Wreckers in a 7-goal deficit. Good shot there for Barnett. That was his first of the game. And they're about to set off right here. Wreckers down 8-1. Haven't had a goal since the first couple minutes of the game. A false start from Anastasi give the Wave the ball. So McGuckin picks it up here.
Staples hasn't had a good offensive possession in a while. Darien has done a great job of controlling the ball.
McGuckin's going to kick it outside quickly here. He's going to get it to McBride. Close on the defense to Murillo. McBride going down underneath. He has Picorni. Now Picorni looking for a man. He passes into traffic. Behind the back shot. Unclear. The ball down still. Nealon fighting for it. Excuse me, that was Norris. He gets it to Kosakowski. So the Wreckers have it. 3:25 here.
Great defensive possession right there from the Wreckers. We need to see more of that going forward. Maybe they could pull off an upset.
So Udell now. Picorni's right in front of him. He's going to get past. So the Wreckers have the possession now.
And Udell, one of the fastest players on this Wreckers team. He is going to draw the defense in a number of times and kick it out to their shooters.
So now Cam Pryor's in the game. Burmeister coming in as well. Udell out there to the right with the ball. Udell going to move behind the net. 2:46 here to go in the quarter. And he makes his move to his right. Udell still has it now on the far side. He's in front of the goal. Cutting into the inside, maybe looking for a pass. A shot there, goal! And the Wreckers, just what they needed.
And a flag on the play, Jarvis, right there. Just got tossed. Great play by Adam Udell. He finds that little opening right there. Darien challenges him to go left, and he does exactly that. Great goal right there by Adam Udell.
And it's kind of funny. A little bit ironic, one could say. The entire defensive scheme of Staples basketball for the entire season was make the offensive players go left. And now, Udell forced to go left. A player on that Staples basketball team got maybe more upwards of 20 minutes a game in the playoffs. He scores here and finds the inside post for the goal, and now the Wreckers cut it to 6.
The Wreckers want to take advantage of that goal and get their energy up so they can make a comeback.
And this one, Barbagallo fighting for. Finally, they get it, but a foul called, maybe a timeout from the Wave. So that's what it was. The Wave have the ball, but a timeout. So these teams are going to reflect real quick. And now we move to the other side of things. Darien, their head coach, Jeff Bramier, 39th season as the head coach. He's been coaching this team for possibly longer than some of the parents of the Staples players have been alive for. He's been here forever. An overall record of 630 and 140. 81.8% career win percentage. And he is elite, considering almost half of his seasons, he's had an FCAC title. And maybe 40% of his seasons, he's had a state title. So Darien completely dominating in the last 40 years of FCAC and state play, all led by Jeff Bramier.
And Coach Bramier, he clearly has his offense and his defensive schemes that he wants to continue running. If it ain't broke, do not fix it, Jarvis. It speaks for itself. 14 state titles, 18 FCAC titles, 81.8 career win percentage. Obviously, Darien is a amazing lacrosse town and they produce great talent, but Coach Brandmeier is an amazing coach and his schemes always work.
You could say that for sure. So the Wreckers down 2-8. They just scored the last goal, so maybe a bit of a momentum brewing. But exactly what they needed if they want to have any chance in this game.
They needed that goal by Udell right there to fire their team up on both ends of the floor to try and make this comeback with 2-8 with the deficit going down to 6.
Corney going to pass to Barnett underneath. He's going to step out for a moment. 2:13 here to go in the quarter. The Wreckers playing almost a press defense. Nealon and Norris going all the way outside, and another timeout here from Bramier.
And Bramier taking another timeout. He sees that Nealon and his defense are suffocating their players, now getting fired up by that goal, just like we said they needed to do. And Darien forces their hand, and they got to call a timeout here, which could be a good momentum shift for Staples, as 2 timeouts in a row is what you want to see if you're the Wreckers.
And it almost reminds you, I keep making the references to basketball, but it almost seems too perfect. When a player gets trapped in that sideline and backcourt violation area, you call the timeout because you're a little bit stuck. It was almost like that there, and they're going to reset. Darien going to try and keep going what they started. 8 goals within the first 2 quarters. The most they've had of any 2 quarters this season.
And what you love to see from the Staples Wreckers, they got destroyed on that behind the back goal right there, but they kept their heads on a swivel. They stayed disciplined, and they're staying in this game. That's what you want to see if you're Coach K right now. You want to see the life in your players.
So McCorney fighting for the ball here, and a great play by Nealon and Smith to win it for the Wreckers. Just like that, under 2 minutes to go, the Wreckers have the ball. Left side is Eigen. He's going to hold it, wait for the substitutions. Now it's Udell and Burmeister up top. Your only 2 Wreckers with goals so far this game.
You want to give it to the hot hand, Jarvis. Udell and Burmeister, the only ones who have seen goals this game.
Burmeister up top. Now to the left, it's Udell. Underneath to Clark. Clark on that left side moving out. Back underneath. A rip shot here from Eigen, and that's one again. Eigen, the attack, gets it to go, and the Wreckers are down 3-8, but just 2 minutes ago it was 1-8.
And this is what you want to see if you're Coach K and this Wreckers team. They're great at dominating the offense when they win their faceoffs and they get into a rhythm on the offensive side of the ball, and that's what they're trying to do right now. The energy is up for this Staples team. I know they get fired up easily, and that's what they need to come back in this game.
And the fans fired up. I gotta say, the ratio of Westport to Darien fans here is maybe 50-1. It is insane the amount of Wreckers fans are here. So once again, we come back to the face-offs, and Anastasi wins it again. Going fast for the Wreckers. A quick pass to the left for Clark, and back up top. So a timeout from Kashansky. And the Wreckers, in the past 2 minutes, have 2 goals. With 1:17 here to go, they're looking to cut it to 4, which is a manageable deficit, one could say. It almost seems like we're going back in time to April 1st, where the Blue Wave took on the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. And in this game, I believe it was an 8-2, 8-3 lead that they had. And it went all the way down to the wire. The Jesuits pulled all the way back, tying at 8-8, and finally toward the end, the Jesuits won the game, or the Jesuits weren't able to win, and Darien got it. But it reminds me of that because of 2 things. One, it's kind of that area of score. Darien has 8 goals right now. They won it with a final game clincher in the 4th quarter to score 9. And in that game, also, Carter Hagen had an amazing game. And this game, Carter Hagen has proved he is able to play anywhere in the country and make his statement.
Completely agreed, Jarvis. And the Fairfield Prep game against the Jesuits is an amazing sign for the Staples Wreckers. This Darien team can get rattled if Staples scores enough goals, and Staples could run away with this game and take advantage. But it's all relying on the face-off and the defense. because the face-off is huge. Obviously, you have to get that first possession. You want to dominate on that offensive side, but on the defense, you cannot allow the Darien Blue Wave to get back into this game and get a goal.
And the Wave are coming into this game for blood. I mean, we go back to June. The Wreckers embarrassed them on the biggest stage possible. They're coming back into this game for blood. And maybe that works against them. They get a little bit too much of a lead and then start playing a little sloppy, keep on piling on that score. But the Wreckers seem to have a little bit of momentum. 2 goals in the last 2 or so minutes. 45 seconds on the clock now. Udell has it behind the net. He's going to wait for the last shot, make sure it's with the Wreckers.
And 3 goals for the Wreckers, 3 different players. That's what you want to see. You want to see multiple guys get hot and get into that rhythm.
Rothenberg has it still behind the net on the left side. Cutting back toward the near side, moving to his left. A pass underneath to Burmeister, a shot and goal! Burmeister to put it in the top right corner of the net, gets past Hagen, and your score is 4-8. The Wreckers are climbing back into this game.
And a great pass by Gavin Rothenberg there. They are keying in on him this game. He has not been able to get a shot on goal, but he is able to help his team out anyway with a great assist to Ben Burmeister. And what a shot on goal against Carter Hagen from deep for Ben Burmeister. Score 4-8.
18 seconds on the clock here. The momentum for the Wreckers riding high. Anastasi fighting for it, wins the faceoff again. That's 3 in a row for the Wreckers. They have 10 seconds here. Nealon with the ball, pass to the left for Clark. Clark cutting inside, 5 seconds. Gonna shot, miss it. They're gonna have 4 seconds to play with here. But the Wreckers are gonna lose the ball, so Darien with it. We've seen what they can do with little time, less a path all the way down the field. And Kostakowski is gonna get it. And that will be your half. The Wreckers climb back. It's 4-8. And momentum is riding high.
The momentum has shifted at a very, very pivotal moment in the game. Staples Wreckers with an amazing defensive stand, and the offense and the Fogos have not given the Darien offense a chance to even come back into this game. I think they've been going undefeated on this run on faceoffs and dominating on the offensive end. That's something that they really need to continue going to this half. But if you're the Staples Wreckers, you really do not want to lose momentum. I know you're not playing for the next 10 minutes of this game, but you have to stay warm and you have to stay high energy. You have to keep that energy up, and you got to continue scoring the goals and producing the offense that you have in these past 5 minutes.
When you create a pie chart and you have a Venn diagram, and you have one side as the Wreckers winning the faceoff, and the other side as the Wreckers taking a shot, doesn't have to score. But when you match up and look at that section inside, the Wreckers are scoring. I mean, they had a little bit of a drought between the end of the first quarter and kind of the early part of that second, where they were just not able to even take a shot. Sloppy mistakes, passes out of bounds, penalties occurring. So they were in a drought, but once they kind of got the offensive rhythm back, they took those shots and became what we know of them. I mean, they haven't scored less than 10 goals this season, and that's for a reason. They're a high-powered offensive team, and they have this momentum riding high. 8-4 going into halftime. We'll see you in just 5 minutes or so. Lolis, why don't you take it away? And we're excited to get this second half shortly. Second half of play between the Darien Blue Wave and the Staples Wreckers. We kind of got a narrative going. We started the game and Darien kind of just dominated. There wasn't anything in their way. They kept piling on the goals. Brady McCorney with one of the more insane moves we've ever seen. I mean, we're talking to Charlie Iannone's dad earlier, and he's like, that's kind of the only move you got there, but nonetheless, it was pretty flashy.
It was an amazing goal right there. And what I think is separating Darien Blue Wave from the Staples Wreckers in this game is just their experience this season playing in these high-pressure situations. I mean, you play Fairfield Prep, first game of the season, 8-9, and then you beat the number one team in the nation, Brunswick. In the second game of the season, they've just been playing great teams. The only team that seemed like a pretty easy win was against Fairfield Ludlow, and they are a solid team as well. So Darien has been playing in these high-pressure situations all season, and they've had that experience, and they know what they need to do to get hot, and I think that's what's been separating the two teams. But right now, with a momentum shift heading the Staples Wreckers' way, who knows what will happen going into the second half.
So we kick it off, and now 11:50 here to go in the second half. The Wreckers are going to win the face-off due to a penalty, so they're back on the attack. Iannone has the ball, traveling to the left side, that top right, or that top closest corner of the box. He's just sitting there. Now he gets it to Burmeister. Burmeister, 2 goals so far this game, been electric on both the playmaking side of things and the goal scoring. Iannone cutting inside, behind the net, here to Clark. And back up, inside pass to Eigen. Eigen recovers. He's trying to pass it out here. Make the safe play that he does. Burmeister now to Udell on the right side.
And a trend that I'm seeing here in this game, Jarvis, in the first quarter, we saw Darien take over on the right side of the field. And in the second quarter, in the end of that second quarter, we saw Staples take back the momentum on the right side of that field. So there could be just a little bit of a juju on that right side right there.
So a quick shot there as Clark. Wraps around and flicks that one in. It's a little bit too high, so Wreckers keep the ball, and they move on. Eigen with it behind the net. He's going to travel to his right, the near side for us. Spins back around to Udell. Udell behind the net.
And Udell, a quick player right here. He wants to try and get inside and facilitate for his teammates.
A pass underneath gets intercepted by the Wave. And they're trying to hang on to the ball here. A big play. And it's going to remain the Wave ball. So 10-19 here to go in the third quarter. And they keep it going. It's going to be McGuckin here for the Wave. He's just outside the box on the near side right. Back up top here. McBride.
And you see now Nealon not playing that man on Picorni anymore. They've switched up the game plan here, and it's going to be all zone.
Bilodeau gets it to McGuckin. McGuckin traveling behind the net. No Picorni yet, but they keep it going. So now it's Barnett. Barnett has a goal so far right behind the net, wrapping around, not going to take the shot. Norris close on the defense. Back up top to McGuckin. McGuckin moving to his right, a pass underneath Picorni. Picorni, a big guy out there. Smith's going to be on his man-to-man defense. So now once again, the Blue Wave trying to attack. Up top is Bilodeau.
And the Wreckers now know where the Blue Wave want to go. They want to go to that right side on this goal, so they're going to try and prevent them from doing exactly that.
Bilodeau is going to rip a shot here. Kosakowski makes the save. The Wreckers trying to recover it, and that he does. Kosakowski's way outside the goal. He's just traveling across the field, trying to make a safe pass. He's going to need to get back in net. The Wreckers don't have it yet. He's running back into the net here. The Wreckers still not able to get it. It's traveling all across the field. Finally, Tyler Clark recovers. The Wreckers have the possession, and now a fast break situation here. A one-on-one. Eigen going to rip the shot. Oh, he gets blindsided, and a great check by the Wave defense to remove the offensive possession. Jake Wilson, the senior captain, with the big play and a goal-stopping save.
In a one-on-one with Sam Eigen, that should be a goal, and the Darien Blue Wave recognize that, and they make a great hustle play right there to kind of blindside him, like you said, Jarvis, and stop him from getting that goal.
8:21 here to go in the third quarter. The Wave reset with the ball.
And the Staples defense doing a better job this quarter, has allowed no goals, and Scott Kozakowski had an amazing save a couple minutes ago.
4-8 is your score. You're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM alongside Chris O'Shea Production. So now traveling underneath is McBride. McBride going to pass up top. It's Rupenstein. Now back to McBride. A flag on the play, so the Wreckers might be a man down here after a possession change. So Barnett up top. Barnett traveling inside. Udell on the defense trying to check him here.
In the Blue Wave for a second there, had some inside positioning, and it was looking like the Wreckers defense broke down for a little bit, but they reset.
Oh, and a great goal by Dylan DeRizo. He wraps around something we've seen so far today and just gets the opening. Gets that far side post, and that will advance the Blue Wave to 9. Kind of what they needed if they wanted to try and halt the momentum of the Wreckers.
And the Wreckers are still in it. They just have to maintain that energy that they've been playing with for this third quarter. It was a great shot, but the Wreckers defense really needs to key in on those players that are behind the goal, really close behind the goal. They've been finding those little openings and taking those shots. They've been had amazing shot selection so far.
So a false start there from Anastasi gives the Wave the ball, but otherwise than that, he's been excellent tonight. Caesar has it now. He's going to get it to McGuckin. Rupenstein traveling down. He's going to be behind the net now on that far side. Get it to Pokorny. Pokorny behind the net. Caleb Smith on that defense. Gets a pick from Rupenstein. Cuts to the near side. Looking for a pass underneath. Rupenstein going to have it. Ooh, a missed pass. It might be traveling out of bounds. And it's the Wreckers' ball.
And a great defensive stand by the Wreckers right there. They really tightened up that defense when Pokorny got that ball behind the goal, and they will retain possession.
So it's Cam Pryor getting it to Roseme in the back, now to Kosakowski in net, and Norris on the right side. Set under 7 minutes now. Kosakowski way outside the net, now to Roseme. Roseme going to get it downfield to Pryor. Pryor has some space here. He's going to get checked real quick. Keep the ball. 6:47 to go.
And Pryor, junior for the Staples Wreckers team.
He's a sophomore, I think.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
My fault. That's correction by me. Sophomore for the Staples Wreckers team. Very young guy, but Staples is a very young team, and they have a lot of great players that are sophomores and juniors.
Pass behind the net to Clark. Clark moving to the near side, trying to create space with his defender, Jake Wilson. Back up top to Burmeister, and Pryor once again. Pryor pushing down, gives McBride a shove. Behind the net is Iannone. Iannone wrapping around, might rip a shot here. No, holding it. Right on that goal line. Trying to work his way to the goal. Pass underneath to Eichen! And that one, Cam Pryor, and that one gets it to go. It's kind of what they do best. If they can open the space underneath and get the quick pass right outside the crease, it seems to work so effectively. The Wreckers down by 4 once again.
And Jarvis, I know we've been making a lot of basketball analogies today, but another one right here. Staples love the kind of drive and kick offense. They try and drive in, try and have the defense gravitate towards that one player because they do have a lot of quick players at the attack, and then they kick it out to Pryor right there, who had an amazing opening and a great shot on goal.
So we resume. Cam Pryor with his first goal of the night. Anastasi wins the faceoff. He's trying to open up space for the Wreckers. Nealon going down. He has an open space now. Going straight down the middle, a pass to Clark. Clark going to slow things down. Cutting to his left. Now it's still in the hands of Clark. Back up top to Udell. Udell, a sophomore. Schaefer, a sophomore. Team is so young. And Marcus, also a sophomore. He's not on the field right now, but they have that future ahead of them.
And Coach K has just done a great job with those sophomores and especially the juniors of just getting them prepared to play in these types of games, and they've been amazing this season.
Udell wrapping around, the shot a bit too high. Straight in front of the goal, maybe 10, 15 yards out. But the Wreckers keep the ball.
And we saw another conversion there on the face-off by Jay Anastasi. They're going to need more of those today.
And there it is. Clark comes around and scores for the Wreckers. And 2 goals in 1 minute for the Wreckers. They're back in this game, 5-9. 6-9 is the score. And the Wreckers keep pushing it forward.
And Clark, the West Point commit, he's a West Point commit for a reason. That's a great play right there. He uses his speed to get past his defender and just has an amazing opening and an amazing shot on goal. It's not easy to get by Carter Hagan at that goal, and he does exactly that to make it 6-9.
5:13 here to go in the third quarter. The Wreckers fighting for this face-off once again. This one still up in the air. Looks like the Wreckers are going to win it again.
Michael Nealon with a great catch right there. Great recovery on the ball.
And 2 flags go out as a man is hit down. Anastasi has the ball. If they can keep this possession going, they'll most definitely be a man up.
Most definitely Jarvis. Pryor has the ball right now.
4:44 here to go. Third quarter is closing out soon, and this quarter has been led by Wreckers scoring 2, Darien just 1. Burmeister traveling down close to that goal there. Back up top to Cam Pryor. Cam Pryor with a goal just recently.
And the Darien defense tightening up right now. That's what you want to see if you're the Blue Wave. They've been playing great defense on this possession.
Wrapping around is Rothenberg. We haven't seen much from him tonight. He's going to have a shot here. A great save by Hagan. The whistle blows, though. We saw those flags earlier. So the Wreckers are going to be a man up here.
And Rothenberg has been tightly covered all game, not been able to get a shot on goal. He got an amazing opening right there, but Carter Hagan makes a great save on that ball. Rothenberg put it in the right place, but Hagan makes a great reaction time play and gets the save for the Blue Wave.
So the Wreckers, at least 1 man up. It might be 2. Let's see here. I think it's just 1 man up, but the Wreckers have it once again. A pass underneath to Clark. Back outside to Eigen. Eigen trying to make the shot there. A pass off the goal post. And a good play by Hagan to make sure that one doesn't go in. Under 4 minutes now in the third quarter. Wreckers remain with the ball. 2 players in the penalty box for the Wave.
And a solid opening for Eigen right there, but Carter Hagan too fast on the goal, and he makes a great save. And I think it kind of hit the post a little bit there as well.
Burmeister at the top of the box, going to get it down to Eigen here. He loads up for the shot. This one off the crossbar. It's going to go way out of bounds.
And just a little bit too high. If that ball goes 2 inches below what it was, that's a goal for the Wreckers, and it's 7-9. But
because of the crossbar hit there, the Wave get the ball. They were just a little bit closer to where it went out of bounds. So Hagan has the ball here. He comes out of the net. 3:33 here to go. The Blue Wave are 1 man down now as the next one comes in the game. So now it's McGarren.
And the Wreckers need a defensive stance right here. They cut the lead down to 3, and they want to get the next goal to make it a 2-goal game.
Lancaster gets it to Barnett. And now it's McBride. Bilodeau out there too. Lancaster now moving to his left, top of the box. Picorni. Picorni at the top of the box. Passed underneath to Lancaster. A shot there and a good save by Kosakowski.
An amazing save by Kosakowski. That's what you need if you're the Staples Wreckers. You need your goalie making plays like that when down 3.
So now Murillo pushing it forward. He's going to slow it down here. Not usually on the offensive attack for Staples. He gets subbed out now. Bring in Udell. And Burmeister's out there well. 2:35 here to go. The Wreckers down 6-9.
And speaking of Burmeister and Udell, this game they've been amazing at controlling the ball and keeping it Staples possession, and that's what you need when you're down in a lacrosse game.
Udell has it here. He's going to cut inside, try and maybe find an angle there. Nothing available. Behind the net, Clark. Clark moving to the near side, wrapping around the shot. Good! And there it is from Clark again. There's not, for no reason, that what Tyler Clark is going for West Point. So make it shown. That's 2 goals from him. And the Wreckers have cut it from 7 to 2 goals. They're back in this game without a doubt.
And Tyler Clark with an amazing shot on goal right there. And you see the shifts in the Staples Wreckers offense. Every single player on the attack if you're an attack, if you're a midi, they're going to try and score. They're going for Darien's throat right now, and they're trying to cut this lead to 0.
Anastasi back on the faceoff. Winning this one would be huge for the Wreckers. He's fighting for it. Give it to the Wreckers after a foul call. And there we go. Udell pushing it down. He steps into the left corner of the box there.
And the Wreckers are going to waste no time on this possession. I'm sure they're going to go for a goal very quickly.
Under 2 minutes in the quarter. Udell going to bring it behind the net, pretty far back, and it's Rupenstein on the defense. He's going to start pushing it forward. He has Clark to his right. He holds it behind the net still. Moving to his right, going to get it out to Burmeister. Burmeister going to try and cut into the lane here, back out for a second. Now he has space, makes the fake move. This shot, good! The Wreckers are within 1! Burmeister with the hat trick completed. And what a fake dodge there. I mean, he started moving to his right, faked out his defender. It opened up that lane, and it's just a picture-perfect isolation play from Burmeister. Notre Dame, you have a good one coming.
And Burmeister, you know the Darien Blue Wave want to force you left. He takes it anyway, makes an amazing goal right there. They wasted no time on that goal, making it 8-9. And just an amazing play by Ben Burmeister in that Staples offense.
Once again, the exquisite Jay Anastasi here at the faceoff. The Wreckers are going to get called for what I believe is a false start. And the Wave have the ball now for the first time in a little bit.
And this is where the Wreckers defense really needs to show their true colors. Game is on the line now. I know it's only the first quarter, but every single goal counts. They need to make a stop.
Outside is Lancaster. Lancaster's going to move inside here. Maybe an opportunity for a shot. No. He brings it outside. A cut underneath. A save. No good. And a great shot by the Wave. McGuckin brings it to 2. Now the Wave are in double digits. And what a drawn-up play there. You had the distraction from behind the net. McGuckin just takes a backdoor cut straight down in front of the goal. And Kosakowski not able to get into the way. He's been very effective on these last couple possessions.
I think that shot was just a little bit too quick for Kosakowski, but if you're the Staples Wreckers, you must be feeling a little bit suffocated right now, but you have to keep your heads up. It is only a 2-goal game. It was a 5-goal, 6-goal game in the first quarter of this game, so they just need to keep their heads up.
Anastasi moving fast. A quick shot from Clark. It's good. You thought that goal would bring it to 2. Let's bring it back to 1. Clark with his third 2 hat tricks for the Wreckers. And oh my goodness, as Vern Lundquist would say, the Wreckers are right there.
And Clark with a very quick and fast shot off the assist by Jay Anastasi. They wasted no time getting back. That's exactly what they needed to stay into this game, Jarvis.
So Anastasi, once again, when he doesn't commit a penalty, he is only maybe 1 or 2 losses on those faceoffs. So Anastasi needs to keep this momentum brewing. He fights for it, wins it again. Now a fast break once again for the Wreckers. Anastasi has it, kicks it out to Clark. Clark may be taking a slower approach this time. He has Nealon in the box. Nealon gets it outside to Rothenberg. Rothenberg in that far side corner of the box. Now to Burmeister. Under 40 seconds here to go. Not much time left. This could tie it up for the Wreckers heading into the fourth quarter. Burmeister going to wait for the final shot here. Iannone comes into the game. 30 seconds. Iannone cutting to his right. Going to try and push forward. A pass behind the net now to Rothenberg, and Clark was there too.
And they're going to just look for the best shot they can get here. Iannone had a solid look at the goal, but they want to get a perfect look at the end of this third quarter. It would be an amazing momentum shift, but an out of bounds pass by the Wreckers.
Clark wasn't expecting it. I think Rothenberg caught him a little bit off guard. So 9 seconds for the Wave to do something with it. And it's McBride up top. He's going to drive toward the net here. A great over-the-top shot underneath. Kosakowski's going to get over it. So the buzzer sounds. But what we saw at the end of the first quarter is nothing like we've seen right now. The Wreckers are within 1. And the momentum is shifting. You can feel it in the air. You can feel it from the fans. And if they can keep this up, the Wreckers might find themselves with the number 1 team in the state at their defeat.
And a great stand by the Staples Wreckers in that third quarter brings it to 1. We've been saying it all game. The face-off matters so much. Jay Anastasi has been amazing in these moments. He has just been clamping down before the Darien face-off man, I believe, is...
It's Barbagallo, number 41 for the Wave. And it was an 8-1 score. 8-1. Now we're sitting at 9-10. I mean, this is completely unthinkable. To think that I've been at a ward basketball game against Staples in the FCAC, or in the state semifinals, and thought I could not see anything close to a comeback such as that. This one is right up there. I mean, 8-1, and now they're just back in it.
And it's an 8-2 swing for the Wreckers. We knew they had the potential to stay with this Darien team. It's been Staples versus Darien all along. Both teams had this game marked on their calendar. This is going to be the rematch of the century, and it has delivered so far, Jarvis. It has delivered.
We knew. We said it earlier in the broadcast. Darien, they're coming for blood, and that's what they've done. They've been so good this game. Personally, I mean, you have 2 outstanding players from their roster that stand out to me. Brady Picorni and Carter Hagan. I mean, opposite numbers, number 1 and number 99, but they've been so good this game. But the Wreckers just keep on fighting. Anastasi here for the face-off to start the fourth quarter. The Wreckers not able to win it yet. They're fighting for that ground ball. It's going to be in possession of the Wreckers. Udell picks it up, 11:50 to go in your game here.
From the Blue Wave, I've really loved the play of Briggs McGuckin. He's been great at controlling the offense and slowing them down in moments where they've really needed it. Right now, it's all defense for Darien. They need to stop this exquisite Staples offense from scoring again.
Briggs McGuckin is a fantastic name, too, beyond just him playing great this game. All right, so Schaefer's going to step into the box here, a spin move. Not going to take the shot, maybe had an opening. The Wreckers down by 1. 11:15 here to go. Udell, left side of the box. He's going to step in here, making his move inside, spinning around. A pass here to Rothenberg. Rothenberg not able to receive it. Ball still on the ground. Rothenberg gets saved there by Clark as he recovers. So Rothenberg with it once again. He's outside that box. 10:50 here to go. He's just going to stand there, face his opponent in the eyes, making Lancaster a little bit worried maybe. So now stepping inside is Udell. Udell wrapping around, pass out to Burmeister. Burmeister stepping down, gets the ball stripped. A great play there by the Blue Wave. Recovering is Eigen. So the Wreckers keep it. 10:30 here to go in the fourth.
And that's a huge recovery right there by Eigen. They need to keep possession no matter how long it is. They want to convert that last goal and cut the lead to 0.
So in the midst of Mason's talking, the Wreckers commit a penalty. And that will be the Blue Wave ball. Carter Hagan with it. He's around 20 yards from his own goal there. A pass downfield. Mikey Nealon gets trucked there. You don't see that one often. He was charging at the man with the ball. So now we have Barnett on the left outside, and he gets it back outside to Lancaster. 9:57 here to go. 2 minutes in, no goals here in the fourth quarter. Lancaster moving to his left.
And Darien is not just going to fold over on the Staples Wreckers team. They know the lead that they had before, and they know that it's just 1 goal away from becoming a 2-goal deficit, which is more than over possession.
Picorni going to find Lancaster in front of the net here. Lancaster not able to get anything yet. So he gets it back to Picorni outside. 9:30 now.
Great defensive stand by Staples right now.
Picorni cutting inside, keeps the ball with him on that far side from us. Now a quick shot there from Rupenstein, just a little bit too far left. The Wave keep the ball, but a good play there by the Wreckers to keep the ball out of the net. I mean, when you see shots go, it's hard to imagine that they miss with the way Darien's been playing today.
I think them missing that and missing a bunch of other goals so far in this second half, it just the Staples Wreckers have been amazing at taking this game back, and I think the Darien Blue Wave are worried right now. They don't want to have this upset on their record.
Courtney going down, and a fantastic save by Kosakowski. The ball went out of bounds, and it's the Wreckers with the possession. I mean, you could not have a bigger save there. I mean, oh my goodness. Put it into words for me, Mason. I can't speak.
And Pokorny's just an amazing player. He's a fast velocity swing, you could say, or a shot, excuse me, on the goal right there. And Kosakowski makes an amazing save, just amazing reaction time. Those are big moment plays where in the game you just have to be in the zone. You're not thinking about anything, you are just reacting, and it's just about who is reacting faster.
Pokorny has 5 goals tonight. He hasn't had any in the second half. In the midst of our conversation, the Wreckers lose the possession for some sort of rule violation. I'm not quite sure what happened because they didn't even start play, and the Wreckers had the ball, then they took it away from them. So Caesar now, he's going to get it to McBride here. McBride on the left side, guarded by Schaefer. Now Rubenstein. Rubenstein cutting inside, gets the pick from a teammate. Now McBride. McBride making a spin move, going to his right. Keeps that stick in his right hand. And a check from the Wreckers gets a flag to be thrown. So now the Darien Blue Wave have potentially a man up here. A quick shot there from McBride. The ball is quickly saved by Kosakowski, keeping possession with the Blue Wave. And they still have that one-shot lead. 8:16 here to go in your game. You're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM. Joined alongside Mason Siskin for this thriller of a Saturday afternoon.
And Udell just got a little bit too aggressive right there. I really love the aggression from him right there, but I guess one check was a little bit too hard. They threw the flag down, and it's a power play going Blue Wave's way.
So up top is McGuckin. McGuckin going down to Barnett. Back up Pokorny. Barnett there. Still has it. A quick shot there, a little bit too high. Wave is going to keep the ball.
And a shot from the 25-yarder is not the shot you want to see if you're the Blue Wave right now. But you get the possession back, and they're ready to set their offense back up.
McGuckin's going to get to McBride here. And a shot there from Pokorny is also missed left. That one was just 15 yards out. He scored from twice that distance.
And Darien getting 2 shots on goal, retaining possession. Staples staying disciplined on defense, and they're ready for them to shoot.
McGuckin here. Pass underneath, and a shot there. This one misses again. Darien with maybe 3 or so shots in the last 40 seconds. All have missed.
I think they're trying to score as fast as possible and trying to get that momentum back, but these shots aren't the quality shots they've been seeing for the rest of the game in that first half. So I think they really need to slow it down and try and find that ball in the 20-yard line and get a good shot from where they've been so successful so far.
Rubenstein, a great pass to Pokorny underneath, and a shot goal there. Pokorny tallying up his 6th of the night. Give him a double hat trick. The Wreckers are now down by 2, and they need a strong play by Jay Anastasi here to force this offensive possession into goal.
The face-off is everything in this game, Jarvis, and Staples. I don't think this goal will rattle them too much. Maybe I will stand corrected, but Jay Anastasi needs to make this face-off, needs to convert on this face-off, and give Staples some offense, because when he converts on his faceoffs, they have great offense.
Anastasi wins it. And now going fast is Nealon. Nealon with a fast break here. He might take a shot. That he does. It goes in. Nealon, his 4th goal of the season. And just like that, the Wreckers love to score just moments after Darien. And they do it again here. I mean, I told you, I have it written on the note sheet here. Read out the description for Michael Nealon, please.
The description for Michael Nealon, 2022 first team All-State. One of the best defenders in the country. Dangerous on both sides of the ball. Perfect call, Jarvis. Last year, he played a defense. This year, he switched to LSM, and he's had 4 goals on the season. 4 goals, 4 games for him now. if you're the Blue Wave, you're not expecting the LSM in Michael Nealon to take a shot on you, but he did in the biggest moment of the game, and he converted.
And Anastasi gets it again. The Wreckers down by 1. Anastasi going to get it out to Udell. Udell going down the left side, just crossed midfield. So he's just hanging out there, Udell. Now to Burmeister. Wreckers down by 1, under 7 minutes to go in the game. Burmeister to Udell. He's outside the box on the far side. Right around that 20-yard line. Now it's Burmeister. Burmeister to Udell. Udell going to make his push inside, wrapping around toward the middle. No passes. 6:33 here to go.
They're looking for a good shot here, Jarvis. They want to make this possession worthwhile.
And pass behind the net to Clark. Clark has 3 tonight. Clark going to wrap around. Not taking a shot yet. That one off the crossbar. The Wreckers trying to recover. It's going to keep possession with them. And almost a fantastic goal. He made the bounce pass and keeps it with them. So now Udell keeping it going.
And that was amazing defense by the Blue Wave right there. Tyler was looking to make a great goal and tie it up, but their man defense was excellent on that play.
Burmeister now, under 6 remaining. Burmeister pushing down inside the box to the left here. Still outside. Cutting to his right, a pass here to Iannone. Iannone pushing his way down, finding his way underneath. This one saved by Carter Hagan. The ball with the Blue Wave.
What an amazing save by Carter Hagan right there. Iannone had a great shot on goal, and that's just an excellent save. I can't believe he got that one to go.
So now it's McGarren. He's the long stick, going to sub out for a second. The Darien Blue Wave up by 1 with 5:20 remaining. At this point, a 2-goal deficit would be trouble for the Wreckers.
Even if it's a 2-goal deficit, Jarvis, this Wreckers team has been scoring fast. Every time they have that momentum shift, they get so many goals so fast.
Mauling him, it's Rupenstein being played by Caleb Smith. He's trying to pass the bat out. A quick shot from Picorni. This one just off the mark. And the Wreckers have the ball after a foul is committed. So they keep this momentum brewing. The crowd is loud. You wouldn't think you'd see this big of a student section for lacrosse. I told you that they wouldn't have many fans today. I was wrong, Mason. I was wrong.
And I was correct, Jarvis. I thought the stands were going to be packed today with Staples kids and kids from all across the state who want to see this rematch.
Udell with it, starting off this Wreckers offense. 4:37 now. An opportunity for a game-tying goal.
The question is, Jarvis, what play are they going to run? Who are they going to give it to try and get a goal?
Schaefer with it on that far side outside the box. Wreckers are moving left to right. They keep it going. Iannone gets subbed into the game. Now to Burmeister. 4 minutes remaining.
Burmeister is the guy you want with the ball if you're the Staples Wreckers. He has been incredible today in this thriller.
Notre Dame is loving this matchup right now because the 2 shining stars are Ben Burmeister and Brady Picorni. And a quick shot there! It's tied! He's back! Gavin Rothenberg immediately gets the pass, rips the shot, and it's a tie game! Amidst our talking, the score is 11-11, and the man who just scored that shot is your number 11, Gavin Rothenberg. He finds the top left corner of the net. The Wreckers are tied up!
And the game of a lifetime for the Wreckers right now. What a comeback. Gavin Rothenberg has been covered perfectly all game by the Blue Wave, but he gets the ball in an amazing spot, and he just whips it. He does not think twice about shooting that ball. He gets it right into the goal right there. It's all tied up.
Anastasi fighting for it, wins it! The Wreckers with a chance to take the lead since the 9th minute in the first quarter. Udell going down, moving to his right, a pass inside to Rothenberg, he gets it! The Wreckers are winning! The Wreckers are winning! The Mikey Nealon assist finds Rothenberg underneath and back-to-back goals.
And Rothenberg again firing for his second goal of the game, his second goal in 30 seconds of the shot clock. What an amazing play. Jay Anastasi with a very easy, quick face-off win. He gets the ball up court. Mikey Nealon finds Gavin Rothenberg into the middle of the field, and he gets the goal.
You thought it'd be impossible, but it's not. The timeout is called, and the Wreckers convene. Staples, 12, Darien 0. We still have time on the clock, so ladies and gentlemen, please don't get your hopes up, because we know how these games can end. Dan Orlovsky's loving it down there, the big man on ESPN. And what a game this has been.
And both teams very, very high, fast offenses. 12-11 might not be the final score. It probably won't. There'll probably be a couple more goals headed for us in this game. But the main thing for Staples right now, Jay Anastasi with a game of a lifetime right now. He told me before this game that he is super excited to play Darien and that this is going to be one of the biggest games he will ever play in. He knows the stage that's set right now, and he is performing at the highest level.
You come into this game, and I mean, most of these fans, I think you can agree with me, most of these fans may not have seen very many lacrosse games before. They're coming to this game as fans of the Staples Wreckers, and they're excited to see what's going on, and they're like, oh, it's 8-1. It's 8-1. But now, I mean, they just literally saw the point of Everest. They were sitting at the bottom of the mountain, and they started climbing, and they kept it going. They keep it going. So now, Grafton Eli is going to sub in as your new Fogo for the Blue Wave. A change-up from Barbagala, who we saw earlier.
And that goal by Adam Udell to put the game to 2-8 was a big momentum shift for the Staples Wreckers, and it's still in effect now.
Anastasi with the win again. And a timeout from Kashansky. I want to apologize earlier. I gave Gavin Rothenberg the credit. It was Adam Udell, and what a goal there.
What a goal, and what a stand from the Staples Wreckers, especially on the defensive end. We saw this the defensive side of this Staples team kind of break down in that first half, and then they brought it back together at the end of that second quarter, and they have been lights out so far. They've had a couple of great shots that have gone in, unfortunately, but for what they can control, they have done an amazing job in the second half.
It's the type of comeback you dream of as a player, and they keep it going today. I feel honored to be a part of all three of the Greenwich football game, the Ward basketball game, and today's lacrosse game today. I couldn't be any more lucky.
That must be amazing, Jarvis. I was in the stand for the Fairfield Ward game and that Greenwich football game. Both amazing games. The Fairfield Ward one was a absolutely amazing game and an amazing stand from the Wreckers, and we're seeing something very similar with some of the same players that we've seen on the court. Players like Adam Udell and Gavin Rothenberg making big impacts for the Wreckers lacrosse team this time. They started off down 7 goals, and now they are up 1, 12-11 Staples, 3:29 to go.
Clark with the ball on that near side, outside of the box, moving back toward the middle, cutting back. He's traveling himself away now. He's behind the net, loses the ball for a second, recovers. Stoppage of play. Ref's timeout. He's just going to hang on a second here. 3:16 here to go in the game. And now we resume. Clark behind the net. He's struggling his way. He loses the ball. It's going to go out of bounds, and Darien has it. A great defensive play by Lancaster for the Wave.
If you're the Wreckers, obviously you do not want to see that out-of-bounds play be called, but you got to just keep your heads up and go to the defensive end now.
Now McNamara going to get it to Barnett here. Barnett outside to Lancaster. 2:52 here to go.
And Staples does have this 1-goal cushion with 2 minutes left to go. Not a lot of cushion, but it's a little bit. They just have to hold on for 2 more minutes in this game, Jarvis. They almost have it.
McGuckin finding his way to the middle of the field here. He's going to pass it out to Picorni. Who else? Kneeling on the defense. Pokorny coming toward the middle. Gonna rip the shot here. This one saved by Kosakowski.
And an amazing save by Scott Kozakowski right there. Pokorny's been red hot all game, and he makes a great save on that shot.
And the Wreckers get a little bit too excited. Kosakowski's pass to Norris on the outside. Falls behind Norris, it goes out of bounds.
And Kozakowski just needs to stay focused on that goal. We saw Pokorny get some space on Nealon and get open, but we saw the Staples defense crash in on Pokorny. They knew it was coming, and the Staples defense made a great play right there.
McGuckin's going to fall down. A big play there by Udell on the defensive side of things. Now it's Rubenstein. Rubenstein traveling toward the middle here. Nealon on the defense. Going to try and force a shot here. That he does off the ground. Nealon strips the ball. Now fast the other way is Cam Pryor.
And Staples just needs to hold on to the ball for this minute and 40-second.
And just as you say that, it's Tyler Clark who looks for an open Gavin Rothenberg. Rothenberg isn't able to come down with the pass. So it goes out of bounds, and it's back in the hands of the Blue Wave. Wreckers getting a little bit sloppy in these final 2 minutes.
They just need to crack down on this Darien offense. The Staples defense needs to crack down. Only a minute 25 left in this game. This should go down to the wire.
And a whistle's blown right around midfield. I believe it could have been a timeout. And Coach Jeff Bramier keeps trying to keep this Darien hope alive. It's 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. I mean, a game of a lifetime for anybody listening, for anybody watching, and for anybody here at the game. You're listening to WWPT 90.3 FM, or you're watching that Chris O'Shea production stream. We want to thank you all for listening today, because it's been a fun one, to say the least.
And high stakes for both of these teams, both teams nationally ranked. This would be a huge win for the Staples Wreckers. It would definitely move them up in the rankings and move Darien down if they win. And for Darien, another great win on their record it would be. Minute 20 seconds left. Staples up 12 against Darien's 11. This is the most intense game I've ever called, Jarvis, and I'm so glad to be a part of this one.
Couldn't have said it better myself. 1 minute, 20 seconds. They keep it going. They're still alive. The Wreckers fought tooth and nail to try and come back. 120 lies the destiny of this final matchup between the Blue Wave and the Wreckers of this regular season. Fun fact, the Wreckers coming out with a win in this one would make it only the second time in history the Staples Wreckers have beat the Darien Blue Wave.
And the last time these teams met each other, Staples won in that state championship game. Let's see if they could keep this streak alive.
Ciesler's going to step into the box here. Nealon's on the defense. He's spinning around, traveling to his left. Almost loses his balance. Gets it out to Rubenstein. Rubenstein underneath Pokorny. Pokorny trying to fight his way toward a goal. The ball stripped in possession of the Wreckers. They need to take it slow now. 1 minute to go. If they can just hold this possession, that they almost got away from them. Rubenstein got in the way, almost intercepted a pass. McBride almost intercepted a pass. And he got knocked out of bounds. So now Smith has the ball, still in that Staples defensive zone. 47 seconds left. They keep going down. The Wreckers still have it. 42 seconds to go. Trying to call a timeout is Coach Jashansky. He finally gets it off before they can lose the ball. Zach Rosemy had it there.
And the Blue Wave know what type of situation they are in. They know this is the game. This is the game of the season as of right now, and they know they need to convert, especially on the defensive end. They're playing much more tight up and aggressive than they've usually been today. They just looked absolutely suffocating on that defensive end. That's why Coach K called that timeout. They need to keep that defensive pressure going on for the last 40 seconds of this game. And for Staples, they need to keep moving the ball around and get it to the guys that have been controlling the ball all game. Ben Burmeister, Adam Udell, Tyler Clark. These guys are absolutely amazing at keeping the ball the Staples Wreckers way.
Jeff Bramier, coach of the Darien Blue Wave, been there for 39 seasons. 14 state titles, 18 FCAC titles. That is not for no reason. He's built for situations like this. He's seen more situations like this than anybody here in this stadium. He knows best. But what can that prowess and advantage on the coaching side of things maybe bring to the Blue Wave?
And coaching can only do so much. He can only tell his players so much. It's up to these Darien players, and especially the Darien defense, to step up right now.
And a quick shot there. Tyler Clark with an open net just shoots it. The Wreckers up 2, and your score is 13-11.
And from the 50-yard line, Tyler Clark blindsides everybody on the Darien defense, and everybody around this field right now. The goalie was out of the goal. He took advantage of it. Completely blindsided me, Jarvis. I don't know about you.
I did not see that coming.
And now it is 13-11 Staples.
37 seconds left. A miracle would have to occur for this to be an overtime matchup. Clark with his 4th of the game. Anastasi fighting for it. He wins it. The Wreckers have the ball. Udell going down. They're up by 2, 30 seconds to go. Fans getting on their feet. Udell behind the net. Keeping it coming.
Udell is so fast with the ball and so fast in general.
15 seconds now. They're just passing it around. Rothenberg has it. Now to Clark. Clark just bringing it out. And he throws it up in the air for a win of the season. The Wreckers are 5-0. Just like that, they've done it.
The Wreckers pull off the comeback of a lifetime here at the Wrecker Field. This must feel amazing for this squad. They lost 3 All-Americans last year, and they beat this Darien team that's number 11 in the country, and the same Darien team that beat the number 1 team in the nation, Brunswick. They keep their undefeated season alive. What an amazing game.
Absolutely ridiculous is the only word to describe it. I got to give a little bit of credit to myself. Can you remind me of my pregame score prediction?
Your pregame score prediction, Jarvis, was 13-11 or 13-10.
It was 13-10.
So close. Wow, what a prediction. Mine was a little bit more off. I said 10-9 or 9-8, which was similar in score differential, but Staples scored a little bit more. Darien scored a little bit more than I thought they would, but either way, my prediction before the game doesn't matter because the Staples Wreckers pull off an amazing win no matter what. They stay undefeated, and they go into their next game.
Lay out this schedule for me because the next game and the rest of the season is not going to be easy. They win this one.
They win against Darien
13-11, and with 5 wins on the season from Iona Prep, Rye, Massapequa, Fairfield Ward, and Darien.
And Darien actually moves to 500 right now. 3-3. Staples Wreckers play Bergen Catholic next, then to Wilton for another FCAC game, then to Bishop Girton on the 22nd of April, then the biggest game of their season, other than the Darien game, St. Anthony's, the number 1 ranked team in the country, on the 26th, and then finishing it off with New Canaan and St. John's Prep at the end of their season. They're looking to make a big run in the playoffs. They were missing a bunch of guys today, as Leo Sequenzia, Max Fleisch, Josh Marcus in goal, and Dixon Shearer on the attack. They're missing a lot of their seniors right now, but it did not matter for them today, and they continue their undefeated season.
You can't put it into words. We want to thank you all for listening today for this fantastic FCAC matchup of the year. It was one fun one to watch with sealing goals by Tyler Clark, Gavin Rothenberg, Adam Udell, and of course, you can't forget that Mikey Nealon one. They finish it out, and we want to thank you all for listening today. This has been WWPT 90.3 FM. We were partnership with Chris O'Shea Productions for the video broadcast, and we will see you next time. I'll be here on the call against Wilton for the 20th, for the game on the 20th, and it'll be a fun one. Thank you all for joining me today. I was joined alongside Mason Siskin. We will see you next time.